Welcome back to Movie Talk. So a few weeks back, I don't know how long it was already. We did Acura. We did Acura, and then Peter at the end of that suggested OldBoy. So if you didn't watch the last one, how this works is we're all gonna go around the table, starting with Peter because he recommended it. We're gonna give our opinion on the movie, just quick, and then we're just gonna talk about it. It's not really a review as so much as a first impressions
Discussion. or not even really first impressions because I've seen it before. I just forgot.
Yeah,
but just a general discussion.
Yeah. So you want to start?
Sure. I mean, I'm saving my notes because I have a lot of them.
Yeah.
But there are a lot of minor things. But overall, I think it's a great movie. Like, everything makes sense and fits. And I don't know, it was really, like, my first time watching it, it was like, I don't know, it was a crazy experience. That's really all I have to say.
Mm-hmm.
That was my first time watching it, and I loved it. Like, I don't know, it was just all, like, what you said, like, fit, like, perfectly. They just, like, wove the story, like, together, like, perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic movie. I just completely forgot that I watched it. I remember showing him a couple clips from it a while ago. But, yeah, it's just the way it's really... In a lot of media, you reach a lot of people who it's like, you know, vengeance is evil, you know? But the main character doesn't care about that. It's just a vengeance movie, or a revenge movie, which you don't really get anywhere else.
It was a journey. It was like, it was an experience, man.
Yeah, man, it really is.
I was like, man, whoa. There's something else. That's all I can say.
Something I told him was I love the way... I love the movie. I just hate the way it makes me feel.
Yeah,
you know, it makes me feel gross.
Yeah.
Damn, that shit was really a roller coaster. Like it started off and I was like, okay, I can see where this is probably gonna go, and then it was like, no, and then it was like, what?
Yeah.
And then because so a spoiler warning, if you haven't watched the movie, you should go watch it. But I thought the action was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. The way they filmed that one scene when he found where all those dudes were, and they were like in a hallway.
Oh my dude!
So like with the hammer.
That was the best. That's
so
the one he showed
good.
me the scene, and when I
So
saw this
good.
again, I was like, wait, I've seen this before. Oh,
It's so good.
And then when he got
Really
the
good.
guy and he started like ripping his teeth out.
oh yeah, I was like,
dude.
bro, they do it really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
I saw
So
that
good.
scene, the one where he was fighting all those dudes at the same time, like a long time ago.
Yeah.
Like,
It was
just
like-
on, like a YouTube clip. I never knew the name of the movie or anything, and I just, like, when I was watching, I was like, oh, this makes so much sense.
The movie's
Like,
pretty
wow.
old and incredibly popular, so
Yeah.
that one definitely flew around for a while.
and the thing is, I felt like I heard it before because I remember the whole thing of being locked in this room for like a long time. That's what I remember. I'm like, this is really familiar.
So I guess we're getting into discussion now.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen it before, like the movie basically starts out with this guy who's kind of like a mess. So he's like he starts off and he's in jail.
Odesu.
Yeah, Odesu. He's in jail, and he's like drunk, and then all of a sudden he goes out to make a phone call and he gets taken. Like somebody kidnaps him and he doesn't know why, and he's there for like 15 years, and then for some reason, just when he's about to escape, he gets freed. And then the movie kind of goes from there of him finding out like why, or trying to get revenge on the people that did it.
Yeah.
Well, he was locked away for 15 years, and then he tried to escape like really big that one time, a month before he was about to be released. So they put him out, hypnotized him, and then sent him on his way.
Mm-hmm. The villain in this movie is he's like he's fucked up.
Yeah.
But I kind of like him, and like,
Yeah, for sure.
he's a good villain.
Yeah. He really
That's
is.
the thing. That's the thing that gets me is that pretty much fucking everyone in the movie is disgusting in a way.
Yeah.
But like, you understand all of them. You know what I mean? Like, definitely, obviously, the main villain is the worst of the bunch. Just as far as like, his 15 years is a little fucking harsh.
Yeah, right.
for
And
sure.
killing your wife, but
At that quote they kept saying, oh, whether it's like a rock or a grain of sand, they all sink the same.
Yeah.
So he doesn't care about like really like, you know, the punishment versus what he did. He
exactly,
just wants to
he
like
just
fuck him up.
wants the
It's all the
punishment.
same to him.
It's like reminds me of, again, what was that poem, or was it a poem? No, a short story. I forgot what it was called again. Casamont.
Cask of Amontillado.
Yeah.
How
It's an
he takes,
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, he takes so far to just.
I forget what the guy's transgression was, but it was I don't remember what it was. If it was just like he was just a drunk and the guy didn't like it or what, but he builds
Yeah.
up a wall to block him into a fucking catacomb.
Yeah, I remember that shit was in Springboard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember reading that.
Yeah. For me, it was just always the impressiveness of seeing like the main actor go from
Oh yeah.
weirdly pudgy guy to that fucking look.
Yeah.
And I mean, just the range of fucking emotions the guy goes through. Where I mean, like even
That you go through as a person
Yeah.
watching.
but I mean, I'm saying just like even just the acting chops on this motherfucker, where he's like sitting there and trying to fight to get out of that little hole, and like he's freaking out, and then he starts getting angry, and at the end he's
1 month. 1 month.
yeah, and then at the end he's fucking furious, and then he goes through sadness, and he gets scared, and then he's fucking like begging, like there's just so many different levels of what he goes through.
I thought the way that once he got out and he was trying to find it, I thought it was kind of cool the way he found them was through the dumplings that they kept feeding him.
Yeah. That was really cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I don't know. It was
It's
just
so unsatisfying too. Like it's a satisfying movie, I'm saying, but I'm just saying from the audience perspective, watching through most of it, it's so unsatisfying. Where it's like he figures something out. It's like, oh, he's getting on it. He's doing something cool. He's gonna figure it out, and then he just gets fucked over because of course that was part of his fucking plan.
For sure.
If he could think of it, this motherfucker had 15 years to plan this shit out.
Yeah, it was crazy how he waited. So he kidnapped him and then waited a little bit, killed his wife, and then framed him, and then kidnapped his daughter, and like hypnotized her.
Yeah.
I really the thing that confused me was the whole deal with his daughter. So it was like, was he just messing with her memories the whole time? Because it didn't seem like she like knew anything that was going on. She was kind of like not really. She like molded really.
She even went to like find out more about him and his wife and all this shit. She's trying to get
because like, how old was she when they took her? Like 3, right? He said, "Oh, I raised her since she was 3."
Yeah, because so
I guess she wouldn't remember about her father leaving
so
her.
she was told she was like an orphan or whatever.
that's why
he said he raised him. Actually, never mind. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and that's why she doesn't remember who he is or like his name.
I was gonna say that, but I forgot if her being 3 was for the Korean one and the American one or not.
Oh my god!
Have you seen the American one?
And I showed him bits of it just before you guys came.
You haven't seen it?
Fucking terrible.
No, I saw a trailer for it.
I watched it after the first time I watched OldBoy, like the first OldBoy.
How was that experience?
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's really bad.
No.
Yeah, the cover picture is so horrible.
Yeah.
I remember
The best part about it is that it's Thanos and Scarlet Witch. Like that's the only thing that's worthwhile in it.
I seen a meme like that.
They make it seem like there's such shitty actors in this too.
Well, it's because it was just poorly written, and they were
it was poorly
take
written,
a
I
cash
But
grab.
we're not here to talk about that piece of shit.
But
We're talking about a fucking.
But
good
I
movie.
guess we should skip to like you guys want to skip to the craziest part of the movie? Just outright. You
Well,
guys, you have
I
anything
do you
else?
have anything
I
else you
wanna-
want to bring
I
up?
one
Like,
thing
you-
I wanted to talk about the one scene where he like is still in when he just got captured, and then he's like coming out the little food door, like sticking his head out. That was so amazing.
Dude.
I love that so much.
It's
Because
such a fucking
it showed
intense
how
moment.
desperate he was, and then how like also like worthless he was, because he's just kicking him back in like he's trash.
How worthless, and to me, it's a really big tell of his drive, and how like even when he's beaten down like that, he still gets angry and he still gets vengeful, even though he doesn't really mean to.
What I will say is that's pretty good prison food. If you're gonna be in prison, that's pretty good food.
Yeah, but not
But
every day.
He grew to hate it, bro.
Yeah,
like he despised it.
That's so funny.
It's so
It
bad.
looks like it's just meant to be a joke.
It looks like a parody. It really
Yeah,
does.
it looks
His
like some
fucking
YouTube
It
parody.
seems like a parody.
And the
like
glasses,
his
the glasses are
glasses.
so bad.
Even the font is terrible.
Yeah, it's so bad.
Oh my
It's so
god.
bad.
I didn't think they could ruin it that bad.
Oh no,
Oh.
it's real bad.
Wait till you,
I'm
if you ever watch the
after
movie.
this, just you wait.
I was this close to watching it.
Yeah, I was curious after the fact.
Oh my god.
Watch it if you want. It's funny to see how fucked up some of the scenes are, but it's not anything in any sort of quality in comparison.
What was that you wanted to say, Mike?
Yeah.
Oh, the villain dude, Lee Woo Jin, right?
Yeah.
He thought of everything, like literally
Yeah.
everything. Like he like.
But
I
that's the
guess
thing
it
is he had
leads in-
fucking 15 years
Yeah.
to set up everything that he wanted.
Like
you
he
know?
showed Odesu the little thingy that was supposedly for his heart to like stop his heart.
Yeah.
'Cause he was
Yeah.
afraid Odesu. Yeah,
That was
was
where
gonna-
it's like
he was gonna torture him. Oh, if you torture me, I could just kill myself and like rid him of any.
That was the
satisfaction.
biggest bluff.
Yeah,
Dude, that was a fucking
and then
good one.
He was like, I think it was like at the end, right? He just threw it to him, and like he was like he like spared Odessu, and he was just like sad.
In a way, he really won. I mean, not even in a way. He did.
He definitely won.
Made the fucking hero cut his tongue out.
Yeah, and then he like walked away, and Odessu like he saw it, like he was thinking about it, and then he goes and does it anyway, and it just starts.
By the end,
fucking dude, when they played the song, dude, I was like, oh my god,
Yeah.
dude, I was like, this guy did not just fucking.
By the end of the movie, I was definitely an emotional wreck. I was like,
Yeah, dude.
It was like,
yeah.
Okay, so I guess we're just skipping to the end now.
Mhm.
But so he goes to like his big mansion, like the big building,
house,
yeah, whatever it was, and he confronts him. So and the guy just basically, I don't know, does he just suddenly remember it or what? It was like slowly coming back to him when he saw the women's legs when he went to like that salon.
Uh-huh.
And he was like kind of having flashbacks, but he really just forgot. So it was basically the fact that the villain had like a weird incest relationship with his sister, and then Odessu kind of made an offhanded remark, and then the whole school started talking about it.
Yeah.
And it basically caused her to throw herself off of a bridge.
Yeah.
And then, so for revenge, the guy just made Odessu have sex with his own daughter. So it's like incest the movie.
Yeah.
But I did not see that coming at all.
One thing.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
God. Go ahead.
One thing that I love is a moment that actually just reminded me because we watched a comparison video between the American one and the Korean one. Is that moment when he's talking to Daisu and he fucking, what does he say? Her stomach started growing and everything like that. Everyone was saying that she's pregnant, but it was a phantom pregnancy caused by the emotions or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's like,
And it's just him being so emotionally busted about it that he's trying to find a way to make as much of a wall between him and the situation as
wasn't
possible.
real.
Right, so like it's just completely him ignoring his hand in any of it, which makes sense when you sit there and you realize how fucked up of a situation that the entire thing is.
Yeah, when I first saw Odessu's daughter, I was like, oh, that's probably his daughter. And then they were like, oh no, your daughter's in this other place. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's not. And then when they showed the box, I was like, oh my god, it is.
That's what I was gonna say. Like when he went to the restaurant, she was like talking to him, and I was like, oh, that's his daughter. And then
they throw you off.
Yeah, and then I was like, nah, maybe it's not. And then I was like, bro, I fucking knew it. I was like, god damn it. I knew there was gonna be like some twist like that.
Yeah, dude.
It was already kind of weird that she was that young, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
And then
that's why in the American version he's away for 20 years.
Oh really? So
Yeah.
she can be 20.
So she can be 23.
So do they do the incest thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
But they're not hypnotized.
They're just.
They just happen upon each other.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah, she's
He
like
starts
nurse
fighting
or
a
some
dude
shit.
who has the same exact umbrella that the.
Well, why not
person's
just
walking
use
away.
the material that was already written that works?
No.
Because
they couldn't
because
care less.
as the director said, I forgot what his name is. He's famously fucking terrible, but it's my reinterpretation of the material.
Well, it just makes it make no sense because in this movie it's like all a master plan.
And not only
So,
that, in the remake, the prize is like, if he saves his daughter, like his daughter gets kidnapped or something.
Oh really?
Or no.
No, he makes him think.
Yeah, he makes him think, and then
He has
and then
an
wins a bunch of
actor
money.
that he's had hired since she was 10 years old, who poses as his daughter, who's like doing well in the world, and he sees her on the news and everything like that, and then his reward for figuring out what's going on is that he gets his daughter back and a bunch of diamonds.
Yeah, just money. Like a shitload of money for whatever reason.
Yeah, I mean, maybe the logic there is to make it not all about
ending,
revenge.
It's because they don't want you to have someone who's vengeful.
Yeah.
Because the only reason why Odessu comes after Lee Woo-jin in this is because he wants to kill his ass.
Which
He
makes
wants
it
to
so
figure out what's going
badass.
on.
Yeah,
Which is
they-
what's amazing.
Yeah.
But because it's a fucking it's a fucking 2013 American movie, a bunch of people are like, oh, revenge is bad, so
Yeah, you shouldn't
we're going to
care about
have him
revenge.
want to save his daughter.
The most hilarious thing I found about this movie, which kind of made me like have to suspend my disbelief, or maybe not, because of the way the movie frames it, it was the fact that he stayed in that room punching a wall for all that time, and he comes out and he's just fuck, he's a god.
Yeah.
There's like 30 guys.
He's like, oh, let me test if my imaginary training can work. It
He's like,
fucking
oh,
works.
can a guy train in a room for 15 years and come out a god? Can he? I guess.
Hey, well, in the American version, it shows him watching yoga, and that's how he becomes a bad.
Yeah.
If you watch it,
He didn't practice. He was just watching.
He
punches
punches
the
the
wall
walls
twice.
for two scenes,
Yeah.
and then it's him doing crunches and watching yoga.
I'm so glad Josh Brolin got better work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
but
for
no,
sure.
like the thing for that with me is that like, I mean, it would have been better if they showed him watching like sport tournaments or something.
Yeah,
like
and
that,
then
you
like
know?
shadowing it a little bit.
Right.
Right.
My only guess is that he lives in Korea. He's likely
Yeah, he's
to come
somewhat
across some
familiar
form
to
of
it,
martial
yeah.
art.
No,
That, I mean, he'd be exposed to it at least,
Mhm.
not maybe not even learn it, but I mean enough to where, you know, you can build up at least strength doing that. And
Yeah.
it's the reflexes that are the difficult part.
Yeah, the way I rationalized it was like he had 15 years and he trained. It was like think about like the first people who like
He had
come up
nothing
with
else
the
to
martial
do.
arts. Like yeah, you're there and you're training and you're thinking like just kind of like the most efficient way when you're fighting.
Yeah.
So I just imagine like he knew somewhat basics, you know,
Yeah.
just from
That and he fucking smokes and then gets pushed over and he's just chilling out on the ground, like reflecting over the fact that they called him a dick shit, and that's it.
Yeah.
I like that
Like,
word.
Yeah, I know. So, but like that's the thing is like he's
good.
so calm and collected, anyways,
Yeah.
that he's in that sort of relaxed
Yeah.
state that you get in with martial arts.
That's if
and
I'm
stuff
really
like that.
nitpicking. Like maybe
Mhm.
show him like kind of practicing with the TV or
Right.
something.
yeah.
But no, that's. I like that they gave him the little like scars on his knuckles too.
Mhm.
Yeah, fucking huge ass calluses and shit.
Yeah.
That was fire.
Liu Jin's back tat, dude, on his ass.
Oh my god, the
yeah.
cross! Wait, do you think that was a character choice or is that the actor that just didn't want to remove it?
I don't know. So
That back tat, I mean,
I
dude,
found
he's
that
kind of hot
so
though.
hilarious.
Li Wu
That
Jin,
was
bro.
so funny.
Is that his name?
Yeah,
Wu Jin.
Liu Jin. Yeah.
That was my biggest fear. Like I'm not gonna remember any of these names. Well, Desu is easy,
yeah.
and Mido's easy.
Yeah.
His name, I'm surprised that you got it.
What, Liu Jin?
Yeah, that you remember that.
Yeah. He was so badass, dude.
Yeah.
Like, when the freaking Odessu like stabbed his like bodyguard in the freaking ear and
Yeah,
deafened him, and he
with
was
his-
like telling him to stop fighting
Yeah.
Odessu. He comes and just
He
pops
shoots
him in the head,
Mhm.
and he's like, he just starts washing his face. Like, it's like
He's a good villain. And
Yeah.
like the crazy thing is that this was his whole life.
Yeah.
Like when he finished it, he was like, okay, I'm done here.
Yeah, that's it.
Mhm.
He kept his promise. He said he killed me, like he would die.
Yeah.
And
He just wouldn't give him the satisfaction of seeing it.
yeah.
Yeah. Or doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Which is
Fucking-
like this is what I was about to say. Like ultimately at the end of the movie, I was like, damn, that was a good movie, and it was like not what I expected, but I felt emotionally. I was like, damn.
And
Yeah,
now he also
yeah.
kind of
thing.
make you feel for him, even though how bad he is.
Yeah, fuck
Like
yeah.
like with his memories is like at the end he just
Mhm.
finishes.
Oh, like they really made him do that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, I don't know, it's similar to like whenever you watch like a Western or something like that. And a lot of Westerns, like in old Westerns, the villain wins, you know, like just straight up wins. This is a little less direct than that, but at the same time, I mean, he won. Like,
Well, see, the reason why it's like less direct is because everyone lost,
mhm.
but
Except for
he
Liu
still
Jin.
won.
I mean,
It was
he
just-
did what he wanted.
Yeah,
He got
yeah.
what he wanted. He got happiness out of seeing this motherfucker suffer.
Yeah,
he was still ultimately unhappy.
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was crazy
So good.
how like at the end he had to hypnotize himself, which made me wonder: are they just gonna keep fucking?
Possibly. I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
sort
the
of
whole
how they leave
point
it.
of that.
Yeah.
He just wants his daughter to be happy. I'm
Mhm.
guessing so. Like he just erased all his like memories of that shit. Yeah. That was the monster that had it. His
Yeah.
memories.
Now he got no tongue.
Nope.
Mhm.
So he can't say anything. He's just.
He's got to learn sign language. And
That's such like a depressing thing to me, though, is him losing his tongue. Like that's like
Yeah.
a really like sticking
Yeah, when he
point
was
for
doing
me.
it, I was like, "Oh, dude,
Is
don't
when
do
it's
it."
just like he made it through it, but he can't fucking speak properly anymore.
Yeah, it was
That's
crazy
just
how,
bad.
how he was groveling and licking the dude's
Yeah.
Boots,
Mhm.
yeah.
And this is the thing too. It was like how he said he's like started cursing him out, but then he's like, "Oh, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I'm
I'm
your dog."
sorry." Yeah,
Yeah.
and then he starts.
Yeah.
That was crazy how he didn't he was like, oh, keep the box closed. I definitely thought that he
He
was
was gonna show it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would
That's
have been
what I'm
even
saying.
worse.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was such a like a good like villain. Like he was true to his word.
Yeah.
My idea is just that he just didn't give a shit about me though. He just wanted to see
This
him
fuck,
his
yeah.
fear
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah,
Like
that
his,
is true.
His fear and shame more than he cared about.
But even after Odessu like showed all that, like he still like you could see in his face he felt bad for him.
Mhm.
Like even after all that shit he did to him, like
And not only that, he leaves him like with the possibility of like Mito finding out one day.
yeah.
So like you'll always be dreading it because you never know.
Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up here. In conclusion, OldBoy amazing. If you haven't watched it, I don't know why you sat through this. So
fuck you, please
yeah.
watch it.
Go
Yeah.
watch it, even though we just ruined it.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. So yeah, now we're gonna swing it over to Michael, and he's gonna give his movie, and then we're gonna come back here whenever.
My pick is Tropic Thunder.
All right, come back next time for Tropic Thunder, and go watch OldBoy.
Definitely.
Fucking
Nice.
do it.